Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Wednesday, July 19th, 2023. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Happy hump day, everyone. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. Right now, another narrow overnight range here. Super narrow, just 10.5 points. 10.5 points of range in overnight trading here ahead of the RTH Open. Inside days so far, trading just above the 45.80 level. 25% of average range at the moment. This market's been averaging 42 points on a 5 and 10 day split. 42 points, that's been the average here. And right now we're kind of at a cycle high. This market has been too hot to sell, and really no pullbacks to speak of if you want to buy. The morning pullback has been about it. We've seen the thing stretch and hold, stretch and hold. One pullback to take out the previous week's low last Monday to begin things, and since then it's been straight up over here. This was this Monday, failed new low, straight up. This market's been very strong, and again we just nearly missed the 4600 level here, almost reaching the top end of that market structure. And as we go back here and look at the wider market structure, something we pointed out here a while back, this market moves in 400-point distributions. You have the 4600 edge up here, and you have 4200 here. That's one market structure distribution, and you can see once it was able to overcome 42, it opened the path to 46. Now down here, 38, that's the next one down, and we've seen how price stayed in that lower distribution. Below that, 3400 here. So now that we're reaching 46, do we stay in this market structure here? Does it pull back to 42 or and play in here, or pull back to 44 and trade a bit in here? Or do we make the move to the next highest market structure distribution? The next move higher would be 46 into 5,000. 5,000 here would take out the previous highs here, the all-time 4,800 up there, and 5,000 would be just beyond it. So again, watching to see how this behaves off the 4,600 level. Big time strength overall, uptrending price action. Again, until proven otherwise, the next pullback could still be a buying opportunity until proven otherwise. All right, let's take a look here at the NQ. The NQ right now showing similar strength here, outpacing everything to begin the year. And right now showing another buy the dip here that began inside the bullish Pima trigger zone in the higher value pivot range relationship, and then you're seeing a rotation to new highs, and now testing prices at 16K. So a big time move here. Nearly a 1,000 point move just in the last week. I mean, 15K is right here. So last Monday it got right there to those lows, and then beelined it here to 16K plus. So big time strength. And again, even if this thing were to pull back, that could still provide an opportunity for bulls to defend and push this thing back to new highs until proven otherwise. Until proven otherwise. Very strong market, and not fadeable at this time. If we take a look here at crude oil, this one's up 0.7% and managed to find a way to push back above 75s. This was a huge reaction on a Monday, a big time rejection at the 76, giving up to 75 and closing back towards 74s. Big time edge over here, but the very next day here, a modest failed new low here, and then a big time push the other way, and now you see a buy signal developing today here early on. So is this a buy the dip after a pullback here for another round of strength to the upside, or again, is this just kind of a range that develops up here before we perhaps make the next move? Keeping an eye on this market right now, but the 75 level continues to be the level to watch here, and the fact that we're kind of through it, maybe perhaps we make another move up and see what the recent highs are made of. Perhaps, again, if we are transitioning through 75, one thing we mentioned before is 80.5 would be the next upside target, and 83.52 could be the final destination. So 75 is a big level here. If it manages to hold above that level, perhaps we're headed higher to these next targets above. Taking a look here at gold futures. Gold got the squeeze here We mentioned last week that it looked like this market was going to fail here, and if we did get a pushback above 1940, 1950, that could open up a return back toward 2000. We got that squeeze here on this day. Mentioned any pullback toward 1940 could be a buy. That was Monday here. Monday pullback, squeeze on a Tuesday here, and a little bit of an inside day, narrow range here heading into the RTH Open. Just 9.6 points of range. 9.6 points of range. That's half of average. This market's been averaging 20 points of range here per day over the last couple of weeks, and right now, again, the flow is to the upside. This right here failed right there, so any pullback holds, and you look to return back to the recent high. So 2000 is the next target above from a short-term perspective. So even if we finish the day range bound here today, the next day could be a failed new low and go outside day up. So, you know, bulls still want to defend pullback, still want to defend the previous session's lows for a continuation toward 2000 ahead. Lastly, taking a look here at the YM. The YM right now, big time push through 35K. So you're seeing big number tests here. 4,600 in the ES, 16K in the NQ, 35K here for the YM, and this thing broke out of this big time range. Massive breakout. Wasn't expecting a full-on breakout here. The YM has been lagging for the most part, and to get a breakout of that magnitude at this zone is significant because it's the first time since last December that we've pushed to 35K, and prior to that it was, you know, April of 2022. So I mean, it's been a long time since price has been at these levels. Here's 35K. You can see it hasn't spent much time above this level before we've rotated back down. Now again, that was that market, and this is this market. It's a little bit different. Give ourselves a little bit of a rounded behavior here after a lower low failure. Through 35K could begin to lift this thing into the previous year's highs. 36,832 could be ahead from a medium term perspective. So big time push through that 3,500 level, 35K level rather. And the other thing I'll mention here lastly is this key range right here was tremendous. Big impulse move. Rejection at the key range low got you to the top, and now this thing is breaking through the highs here, getting to the 50%, and now the 100% target would be 35,723. That's the next upside target ahead. So even if we pull back 1 or 2, 3 days here, it could be a buying opportunity for a continuation toward that 35,750 target. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.